You know, this year's been really exciting, little bear. It's been one of the most fun little years in the world. The Lionesses winning the Euro Cup. It's almost amazing that to think that football has such an amazing history, even linked to the First World War. Oh, hi guys! I was just telling little bear about the fact the Lionesses won the Euros this year, and it reminded me that of how far football has come. Did you know that World War One would have ended a lot sooner thanks to a football match? Why don't you tuck yourself in and I'll tell you the story. Back when the World War One was known as just the Great War, a lot of men were crouched in the trenches. It was Christmas Day. Everyone was getting presents from the Queen, from their own families, reading letters, sharing tobacco, and wondering what home was like. All of a sudden, a whistle came over no man's land. The whistle was from the enemy's trenches. And it was silent night. One of the men crouched down, listening to the whistle, braved going over the top. The others screamed, "No, no, 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 no." But with a white flag, he walked across no man's land, his arms raised in surrender. And to his surprise, another young man, German, came over the trenches to meet him in the middle of no man's land. There was no harsh words, no firing, no cannons. Just two boys, young boys, standing in the field, staring at each other. And slowly, as if a signal, others began to crawl out of the trenches. Different nationalities, different personalities, all walked across no man's land from their own trenches to meet in the middle. No one knew each other's languages. But at that moment, everyone understood one thing. It was Christmas Day. No fighting. As they stood there, exchanging little presents that they'd received from their families and handshakes, one young man threw a ball in the middle of the field. Not a grenade, a ball. There was no words, but there was understanding that night. As they played a friendly game of football, using their own trenches as the goals, there was no harsh words, just peace. I don't know what the score was, but whatever the score was, it was enough that night. And when everyone returned to their trenches, there was only one thought of peace. Unfortunately, the leaders, the higher-ups, didn't want peace to be won with football. And by the start of the next year, the guns had risen again. But people still talk about that football match and how there was a high possibility of a war that could have ended through one football match. Weird, isn't it? Well, I better get this little nipper to bed. And you better get to bed too. Catch you later. Ciao, amigos.